Welcome to Coffee with Jim. I'm Jim Manalidis, your preferred broker for Southern California real estate. I'm sharing the camera today with guest blogger Judy Pastor. She is both the manager and an escrow officer here at Escrow Trust Advisors. Judy is enjoying a latte, and I'm having a Mayan mocha, and we're sharing a few pastries as well. Everything is from Jameson Brown Coffee Roasters in Pasadena, which will be the subject of a get-to-know blog coming soon. All the while you were doing your investigations, clearing appraisal, and getting loan approval, something else was going on in the background. That something else is called escrow. Escrow is a specialized process that is licensed, regulated, and thankfully well insured. And you want it to be that way because this is where your money sits until title to the property changes hands. Judy, tell us a little bit about the escrow process and the role you play in supporting both the buyer and the seller in the transaction.
Absolutely, thank you for having me. Basically what happens is once you sign a contract with your realtor, the realtor will go ahead and open the escrow. So escrow is a neutral party. We don't represent buyer or seller. What we do follow is the contract. We want to make sure that everything that is in the contract is followed through from the beginning all the way to the end. It is important that the buyers and sellers understand, though, that time is of the essence in an escrow. So the buyer needs to make sure that they have their lending documents, their insurance, they know which insurance company they're going to be placing, and I'm talking about homeowners insurance. And the seller is also going to be provided through escrow documentation for them to complete. Some of the things that the buyers and sellers should be aware is that once you sign a contract, that's basically the opening of your escrow. In the past, it was different. The buyer's initial deposit is usually defaults to a wire, which is due 3 days after acceptance, unless you mark the appropriate document in the contract to default to a check or a cashier's check. The sellers also need to be aware that once we give them the information, they need to provide that to escrow as quickly as possible, especially if you have a short escrow. In short escrows, we're talking about 10-day escrows, 15-day escrows, and believe it or not, I've done escrows in 5 days. We just want to make sure that everybody is going to be in the same page, working as a team, so we can get the escrow closed. Buyers get their property and sellers get their funds, and everybody moves on. Be aware, buyers and sellers, of email fraud. We're very specific in here at Escrow Trust Advisors. The buyers will be provided wiring instructions, and we ask the buyer to call us to get the account number. We want to talk to you. We want to talk to you, and we want to make sure that you know the technicality and the fraud consequences that you may have. Escrow means different things in different states. Escrow in Southern California is us. We are a third party. Escrow in other states may mean the lender holding your funds for taxes and insurance. So when you call us and you tell us that you want an escrow, we're going to ask you what type of an escrow are we talking about? Escrow to hold funds or escrow to purchase or sell a transaction? And most likely you will go through a real estate agent, so we don't have to ask those questions. We're also going to ask you about, are you a foreigner, especially for a buyer or seller? Seller, if you are a foreigner and you do not have a social security number, there are additional documents that we will require. If you're a buyer and you're a foreigner and do not have a social security number, just depends on the type of transaction you're doing. We're also going to ask the seller if this is your principal residence. That plays a huge role because as escrow, we need to find out whether this is an investment property, a second home. And if that's the case, then there will be additional documents, and of course the franchise tax board will get involved on that. Our mission here is to serve you and give you exceptional service. We are bonded, we are licensed, regulated to an extreme, and actually we want to make sure that your funds are in a safe place. We would like to create raving fans of everybody. So that's what we're here for. And hopefully this has been helpful information. There are more items to an escrow. There's a lot of detail, and we just want to make sure that it goes smoothly for you as a buyer or you as a seller. Thank you.
Thank you, Judy. That was really great information. And what I will say is I am a raving fan of Escrow Trust Advisors. Anytime I have a client that gets to choose who their escrow company is, I always recommend Escrow Trust Advisors. I've used them many times in the past. They're very professional and they are very efficient in meeting timelines and getting the transaction closed with no problems down the road. So Judy, thank you for your time today.
Thank you.
I really
Thank you for
appreciate
having
you
me.
visiting with Coffee with Jim. And,
Absolutely, I love my coffee. Cheers.
thank you.
If you would like to know more about buying or selling a home or the escrow process, please give myself or Judy a call. Thanks.